Killa brackets or square brackets thriller. That video from KSI, or music video, is actually a very cool song. I actually really like it, to be honest. Like, I believe in the simulation, it is actually one of my favourite songs there. I love Iana Lee's singing and KSI.
I've become so numb, I can feel you here. Become so tired, so it's halfway.
It's just cool, honestly. I just like the whole vibe of that. And that lyric video was top notch. However, ever since KSI started to get that red hair, he's been looking similar to a certain character. And in this music video, he happens to go collab with a girl whose vocals and basically lyrics and verses, well, I say chorus basically, happen to match a certain female character. And they made a music video, and it's doing very well. I say that. A lot of people are loving it. Everyone's calling it a movie. How cool, right? Well, guess what? The whole video, which people say looks like a movie, what they're doing in the video, what's happening in the video, it reminds me of what two certain characters do together. Yep, I mean what I say. KSI and Iana Lee's, if I said it right, sorry, their Killa music video, it reminds me of Shadow and Rouge. Well, I don't say it reminds me, it is basically Shadow and Rouge. I'm not saying they're knocking off Shadow and Rouge. I'm not saying that this is their intention. Obviously, KSI is a man of many heads and that. Not many heads. He's an imaginative person. He is really smart, and he probably he didn't direct this, but he probably thought of certain things. And that Beerus and cameo, I love it. But let me just say, the music video strikes a huge resemblance for Shadow the Hedgehog and Rouge the Bat from the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise, and I'll tell you why. First of all, I mean, if you look at KSI, he looks like Shadow already. He's got the red hair, the black bandana, and he's wearing black gloves. And Shadow the Hedgehog, he's black with red stripes. And if you look at him, they don't look that far different, to be honest. Obviously, one's a hedgehog, the other one's a human. But if you're being honest with yourself, they look really, really similar. Let's be honest. Second of all, Iana Lee, what she does in the music video is a lot of what like Rouge the Bat does. Iana Lee is like a spy for KSI, who's like hacking into database and that. That's exactly what Rouge does. I mean, in the games, in the Sonic games and in Sonic X, you see Rouge as a spy slash a government worker. Well, not government worker. She's a spy and she's like a hacker as well, and a jewel thief, which is what KSI was doing, being a thief, as you can tell. And yeah, so what I'm saying is, what you saw in the video of what Iana Lee did, if I can say it, please somebody saying her name right. You saw that she was doing sexy dances, let's be honest, and that's exactly what Rouge the Bat is, basically. Someone that gives you that sexiness vibe. She gives you that sexy vibe, obviously. And Rouge the Bat is basically that. And also, she's basically a spy and jewel thief, and she does work on technology and that to help Shadow the Hedgehog. I mean, look at these clips.
No, that's not possible. We're still in the doctor's base, but how can that be? Wait, there's no doubt now.
So it's not where we are.
Also, thirdly, what Iana Lee says in her choruses, it pretty much describes Rouge the Bat, let's be honest. It does describe what she's about. So yeah, I've clarified that Iana Lee has a huge resemblance to Rouge the Bat. Now let's talk about KSI's resemblance to Shadow the Hedgehog. So what can we say? In the music video, KSI teleports. Obviously, he puts his finger on his head and teleports, and he's told teleport by being given a location. Obviously, that's just probably based off the teleportation in Dragon Ball Z, because as we know, KSI is a huge fan of Dragon Ball Z. But let me just remind you, Shadow the Hedgehog also teleports, as you can see here. Also, Shadow the Hedgehog can stop time using Chaos Control. On the other hand, KSI in this music video stops time, as you can see here. And in the music video, you see KSI stealing money and getting that jewel, which let me just tell you, looks a lot like a Chaos Emerald. Hell, it looks a lot like that
damn fourth Chaos Emerald.
So that's a huge similarity right there. Both of them had to work in that secret mission to get that jewelry, which is the Chaos Emerald and that, you know. So yeah, that's another similarity between KSI and Shadow the Hedgehog. And let me just tell you, KSI's verses, like on the second verse especially, the stuff he says in that verse, it describes Shadow. I mean, look at this one.
This. What?
Worthless. Don't show your pathetic face around me ever again.
That's what Shadow does. Yes. I mean, if you're a fan of Sonic the Hedgehog and you played the games, you know that that's what Shadow is. He's a badass. He can be cocky, but he's a badass. He does leave the man piddling in that. And I've already clarified about Ian Lee and Rouge the Bat. Now, what else is there to talk about? Let me talk about the ending part of the music video. The ending part. What happens there? KSI is confronted by the police. That scene brought me back to Sonic Adventure 2, the game that Shadow the Hedgehog debuted in, the game where Shadow the Hedgehog came from, where Shadow the Hedgehog was on top of the Golden State Bridge and there was police swarming up to him. Hell, let me just say, this whole, Rouge and Shadow working together to steal, the Emerald and that, this came from Sonic Adventure 2, but I'm just saying, a lot of Rouge's abilities of this hacking is shown in other games, and Shadow doing the whole chaos control disappearing thing is from other games, but like Sonic Adventure 2 basically plots it out. The whole of the music video for Killa is a lot like Shadow and Rouge, what have they done together, especially from the game where the both of them debuted in, Sonic Adventure 2. I'm not saying that obviously the whole music video is a rip-off of Shadow the Hedgehog and Rouge the Bat, because I am 100% sure that KSI doesn't know about this. Well, I'm guessing. So I guess I'm 90% sure KSI doesn't know about this. But you know what? I love Sonic the Hedgehog the most in the world, the whole franchise. And KSI is my third favorite YouTuber. So you know what? I'm happy that two of my favorite things are joining together. I know I'm looking deep into this, but if you look into this, you can tell the similarities. So let's recap what we talked about. Shadow the Hedgehog and KSI look the same in terms of colour attire. Rouge the Bat and Ian Lee both have that sexiness vibe. Rouge the Bat and Ian Lee are both their assistant in that secret mission, hacking into data, helping the main character. Ian Lee's vocals describes her as well as Rouge the Bat. KSI steals money and gets that Chaos Emerald, which Shadow the Hedgehog does in Sonic X as well as Sonic Adventure 2. And it's the same colour, to be honest. At the end of the music video, KSI meets the police who are coming up to him, which reminds me and all of you Sonic fans, if you're watching this, about that scene in Sonic Adventure 2 where the police come up to Shadow on top of the Golden State Bridge. So yeah, mate, that's what I believe. Obviously, if the song had anything to do with love, then that's away from Shadow. But everything else that KSI says, that's about beating people up and that and being this and that, that's what Shadow is in terms of, if you know that really. So yeah, that's my video. That's it basically. Yeah, I'm sorry my voice is long. I'm just a bit excited. Like when I found out that these two are literally one the same, like mirrored obviously, but one's a anamorphic, whatever you call it. Yeah, obviously that's the only difference. But like everything else is the same, as I just told you. They're both doing a secret mission, taking money, and getting that jewel, which is Shadow and Rouge did, and they work together. It's just mad. Like, let me just tell you this: when the video came out, I was already getting gassed about the fact that that KSI was looking a lot like Shadow the Hedgehog, and he had that emerald. But then 2 days later, this morning, I just realized that this whole music video is literally what Shadow and Rouge do. Now, everything that happens in the music video is basically what Shadow and Rouge do. Obviously, what KSI did with those people when he froze them, that's not what Shadow would do, but we're not going to go that way. And Ian Lee is basically like Rouge the Bat. Literally, think of it. The whole secretive, the one, Killa, the badass girl, definitely, the sexy girl. That's exactly what Rouge the Bat is. So yeah, that's my video. Just this music video is a lot like my favourite characters from the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise, Shadow and Rouge. And they're both partners, and in this music video, KSI and Ian Lee are both partners. So mix up.